me, Sonic. I'll be sure to return the favor next time around.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're checking out the times where a video game remake or remaster actually censored the original game.
You saved me, Sonic. I was afraid I'd never be able to flirt with you again.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Warcraft 3 Reforged.
That I have seen the future, and beheld the great burning shadow that is coming to consume this world. You sense it as well, don't you?
Blizzard's remaster of its classic real-time strategy game, Warcraft 3 Reforged, arrived in 2020 with several changes to the original. Beyond the graphical overhaul, the game was heavily criticized for censoring several voice lines and unit interactions. For example, some of the more humorous or adult-themed jokes, such as the Dryad's "I'm so wasted" line, were cut.
I'm so wasted! I'm so wasted!
The game also made child characters invincible. These changes, together with a litany of other issues, sparked massive backlash, with many players feeling that the spirit of the original had been lost in the process of remastering it. Bionic Commando Rearmed. The 2008 remake of the 1988 NES classic, Bionic Commando Rearmed, made a few changes to its final boss fight. The original's ending was infamous for its brutally graphic animation of the final boss, Master D, whose head would explode once you beat him. The developers at Grin wanted to preserve as much of the original's visual style and gameplay as possible, but to secure a lower age rating of T for teen in some countries, they created a censored version where the explosion is vastly less graphic. That's not even the first time this game would be censored, as even the original had been censored upon its worldwide release. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster, Gate Rune, and Done in Unification Wars. Konami's Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster changes the originals in numerous ways, with some of the more subtle changes getting criticized by fans. While some changes were in response to copyright issues, a number of religious symbols such as pentagrams and crucifixes were completely removed or altered to be something else. Where the original Suikoden's opening cinematic had the Seal of Solomon on full display, the remaster replaces it with a meaningless squiggle. In other instances, such as the Necklord boss battle in Suikoden 2, the blood has been recolored to be black instead of red. Lastly, all traces of smoking or cigarettes present in the originals have been removed. Tomb Raider 1 through 3 Remastered. The recent remasters of the first 3 Tomb Raider games introduced a bit of censorship, some of which the developer has since claimed was unintentional, and it got pretty controversial. The most notable change was a content advisory warning that appeared before the game started, cautioning players about offensive depictions of people and cultures, a disclaimer that was not present in the original games. The developers also censored some minor visual elements, such as a previously unclothed female on Pierre's jacket now sporting a bikini instead. There were also Lara Croft pinups in the original Sleeping with the Fishes level of Tomb Raider 3, which weren't present in early patches of the remaster, but they have since been brought back in an update. Sonic X Shadow Generations. The 2024 release, Sonic X Shadows Generations, is the only way to play Shadows Generations, and it comes with a relatively heavily censored version of Sonic Generations. It makes a ton of changes to the original's dialogue and scenes, with many fans viewing it as unnecessary censorship. For example, Amy's flirtatious behavior towards Sonic was toned down.
You saved me, Sonic. I was afraid I'd never be able to flirt with you again. I have always thought that you were cute, but... did you get cuter?
And a joke from Knuckles about classic Sonic's round shape was removed.
Thanks, Sonic. You did a good job back there. Hey, did you gain weight?
Thanks, Sonic. Now then, tell me,
Where is the rest of my island?
Beyond dialogue, cutscenes were also reanimated to alter character interactions, with violence levels overall getting reduced.
You weren't half bad, Sonic.
Half bad? Are you kidding? He was all great!
You weren't half bad, Sonic.
Half bad? Are you kidding? He was all great!
While it certainly modernized the game, it also rewrote a lot of the original's characterization. Resident Evil 2. Capcom's Resident Evil 2 remake was heavily praised upon its release, but fans in Japan noticed some differences when seeing the global version of the game. Like other games in the series, the game came in 2 different versions in its home country. A standard 0D version for ages 17 and up, and a 0Z version for 18 and up. While the Z version was intended to be the more mature, uncensored experience, it was still censored compared to the international release. Zero has always been famously strict about rating games, and in this case it meant that the violence and body damage, while still present, would be heavily toned down, even compared to the original.
What?
The Elder Scrolls IV: Oblivion Remastered. Oblivion Remastered made headlines when it changed the look of some of the original game's assets, which some players felt were unnecessary. A significant portion of the criticism was about its desexualization of female characters. Certain armor designs had been altered, making them less revealing and more similar to their male counterparts. These changes to the clothing would make it show less skin and generally tone down feminine features on character models. Additionally, environmental assets, including female statues, were also changed, sparking debate among the fans on whether it was truly necessary. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. The Mass Effect Legendary Edition Remastered trilogy stirred up some controversy with its subtle changes to character presentation. The most talked about changes were to the camera angles in Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3 that focused on the character of Miranda Lawson. In the original games, some conversations with her would feature inappropriate close-up camera shots.
But she deserves a normal life, and she's going to get it no matter what.
The remaster adjusted these camera angles to be less gratuitous, now focusing more on her face and upper body. The developers stated that they wanted to align better with the more serious tone of the scenes as opposed to the originals.
I still have something. Thank you.
Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. The Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection faced major problems shortly after its launch, but one of them was centered around the online chat functionality. Players discovered that a number of totally common and seemingly innocuous words were censored, including server, hunt, hunting, and even a reference to the Gungans. The censorship was so aggressive that it prevented players from creating servers with completely mundane names, and you weren't even able to communicate effectively in chat thanks to it. It's particularly funny considering the game censors words that are directly related to the game's modes and even Star Wars lore. This wasn't in the original games, and it's been speculated to be from a poor implementation of a filtered word list.
Reinforcements are being depleted.
Conquer, Live, and Reloaded. The Xbox remake of the Nintendo 64 cult classic, Conquer Live and Reloaded is a textbook example of a censored remaster. While the original Conquer's Bad Fur Day was known for, and even defined by, its explicit language and dark humor,
I am the great mighty Pooh, and I'm going to throw my shit at you.
the Xbox version was significantly toned down.
I am the great mighty Pooh, and I am going to throw my shit at you.
Most of the original profanity was removed or bleeped out, with tons of lines being completely re-recorded to be more family-friendly, losing a lot of the original's charm in the process.
Now that's what I call a bowel movement.
Which game censorship surprised you the most, and which ones did we miss? Tell us in the comments.